real world. Let's dive deep into the issues that affect our community, revealing the untold stories and giving you a voice. No sensationalism, no bias, just raw, unadulterated truth. I am committed to delivering news without compromise. Hard facts as we know them, when we know them, and how they affect you. Every Monday through to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. This will be your most authentic news experience starting now on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the Big Three Stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big Three every weekday, 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first.
Seven minutes gone past the 3 o'clock hour, officially welcoming you to the best conversation on the radio. This is Nigeria's #1 talk news and sports radio station. And we're broadcasting live from the economic capital of Nigeria, Lagos. Yes. So wherever you're listening to us from the north, south, east, west, or even in Lagos and every part of it, welcome to the show. This will be your most authentic news experience. Take that to the bank, Lagos. As usual, we start off with the big stories that made headlines all through the weekend. And then, of course, we ease you into those stories, allowing you to do more of the talking while we give you the statistics and the facts that back up these stories on Hard Facts. Hello, Lagos. I hope you had a great weekend because the week don't start though. Are you ready? Because, we might all just be downing tools and heading back to strike tomorrow. Are you ready for that? Well, these are the big stories from the big weekend. Let's get into it without delay, shall we? Big weekend. All right, governors from the Daily Trust newspaper spend billions on cars for lawmakers. Yes, many state governors have spent billions of naira to purchase exotic vehicles of different foreign brands for members of the state houses of assembly, despite the economic downturn in the country. This is a report from the Daily Trust. Can I say that I want to say kudos to the Punch newspaper for some of the investigative reports and the analysis and the statistics that they've gotten. Thanks to Daily Trust and, of course, Premium Times. They're doing a great job. Let's give them their flowers. Well, the breaking story today, for those of you who do not know, minimum wage labor organs to meet and they may resume strike on Tuesday. This one's coming from Channels Television. Apparently, NLC members are protesting anti-poor policies of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration in Abuja. This is a picture from of their protest. That was for last year, August 3rd, 2023. That picture is coming from that protest, but it's gone beyond the protest now because, of course, one of the stories that we heard this morning was saying that now that Wale Edun has done his bits of the work, everyone's waiting for Mr. President to give a nod. So that nod is what we're all waiting for. But while we're waiting for that nod, the Organised Labour said that the 1 week grace period to the federal government since last week, Tuesday, June 4, 2024, would expire by midnight on Tuesday. That's tomorrow, the 11th of June, 2024. Labour said that the federal government and the National Assembly, if they fail to act on the demands of workers by tomorrow, Tuesday, the organs of the Nigeria Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congresses of Nigeria would meet to decide the resumption of the nationwide industrial action that was relaxed last week. Remember, I continued to push the chairperson of the NLC in Lagos State here last week when they were on that strike action, or when they somewhat rested it. I said, what's the difference between calling off a strike and suspending it? And they said that suspension means that they can pick it up at any time if the government is not, leaning in the direction they want them to lean. And I'm guessing that's where they are at this moment. And that is why Labour may be leaning towards the strike action, or the resumption of that strike action. And the bigger question I'm asking today, Lagosians and Nigerians, is how ready are you for that strike action? Because it might start tomorrow at midnight. That means that you're not going to have power. That means that they're downing tools. And of course, because they're trying to make a case, will you throw your weight behind Labour? Because of course, a lot of people didn't like the idea that Labour rested that strike action. They wanted it to continue to gather momentum. But this time around, would you be ready to step out and support Labour with all that you have? Are you ready for it? What's the word that I'm looking for here? Are you going to damn the consequences and support them? Are you going to risk your comfort of not having light to support Labour? Because what they're pushing for, if what they're pushing for is what you want, is it something that you're willing to do? While still bringing you the big stories from the weekend into the brand new week, we hear, still on minimum wage, by the way, senators and reps should also earn 62,000 naira, says Reverend Father Mbaka. Well, he's back in the news. Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka, spiritual director of the Adoration Ministry in Enugu, has said members of the National Assembly should also earn 62,000 naira minimum wage. Maybe that might get everyone to do the job, and then maybe we'll also sieve out those who are not necessarily there to lead us. But let me tell you what he said. He said this while he was reacting to the monthly proposal of the federal government following the strike declared by the Nigeria Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress of Nigeria. Now, he spoke in an interview with AIT. He said governors, senators and members of the House of Representatives should also earn 62,000 naira as minimum wage. He said, and I quote, "We can push these poor Nigerians to the point of rebellion. That is my fear. All of us were in Lagos that day. We come just like a joke. The Labour people entered into the airport and stopped every operation. And if this happened again, it might be tantamount to what nobody dreams or what we dream, but out of fear, we cannot release to the public." He goes on to say, if we decide to give Labour 60,000 or 62,000, why not generalize it to the House of Assembly members, senatorial members, House of Representatives members, and governors? All of them are civil servants, so are others slaves? I cannot imagine why someone can be amassing billions and billions as sitting allowance, wardrobe allowance, newspaper allowance, vehicle allowance, and what they call suffering allowance. No, says hardship allowance. End of quote. So do you agree with Reverend Father Mbaka? Should Labour instead be pushing for an across the board general remuneration for all and sundry? Maybe that way government cannot complain that they don't have enough money to pay for it, because governors are saying on the one hand, we don't have money to pay for minimum wage, but they just bought luxury vehicles for lawmakers in their states, costing billions and billions of naira. So what are we saying here? And finally, for the big stories from the weekend, local refining may crash petrol price to 300 naira per litre. This is coming from modular refineries. Yes, and you're wondering what in the good morning are you talking about? Okay, let's go into it. The pump price of petrol, which is premium motor spirit, popularly called fuel, should drop to about 300 naira per litre upon the commencement of massive production by the Dangote refinery and other indigenous producers, operators and modular refineries stated this on Sunday. They're saying, however, that this would be achieved when the government ensures the provision of adequate crude oil to local refiners, stressing that refineries abroad are ripping off Nigeria. Is this news? Is this news to you? Is this news to you? But the modular refineries have always been there, and they're saying And this is something, correct me if I'm wrong, this is something that the former vice president had somewhat proposed, that maybe we could convert this modular refineries into doing what, our bidding. That way we can have more and more, local refining, as opposed to what we do, sending out our crude and then buying it back with dollars. So I don't know if it's that we're bereft of ideas. No, we do know what these ideas are. We know, that there are solutions, local solutions that could, ameliorate our sufferings. But the question is, why are we not doing it? Why are we not making it happen? Especially when we find ourselves in a rut like the one that we're finding ourselves in 2024. Well, Lagos, the phone lines are open. Let's get to talking. 0201 277 0993, 0201 277 3993, 0201 277 2993. And of course, you could join the conversation on WhatsApp 08095975805. Join the conversation. We're live, facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Join the conversation. If you're listening to us live from our mobile application or on our website and you want to call us because you're outside of the country, join the conversation via Skype. We are Nigeria Info FM. The rule is 60 seconds. Go straight to the point and turn down the volume of your radio set. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann Okon.
Good afternoon.
A beautiful afternoon to you. How are you today?
I'm great.
I'm Maryann from Satellite Town.
Go ahead, please.
Hello. For the first time, I'm not a fan of Mbaka, but for the first time, I want to align with him. I think for this message to be driven home, it is important that we calibrate the salary scale across board, starting from the president. Because this paltry sum of 62,000 naira smacks of wicked. There's no gain. It stands to reason that this is a weapon of poverty and hunger. So as to be able to subjugate the masses further. How can you just juxtapose what they are throwing at the masses, at the workforce, juxtapose what they are taking home every month? So without recalibrating the salary scale, I think that's what not just Labour Nigeria should be demanding for. The salary scale, the earning power across board should be recalibrated so that everybody will feel the impact of the economy. How can you look at, so this relaxation of strike, the only thing that was added was just 2,000 naira. It was an act of wickedness. That is sadistic. This Buccaneers in power need to be taught a lesson, and this is the time for Nigeria to rally around Labour and make sure that demand is driven home. Let the government get the message. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Jamaica from Satellite Town. Sifo is calling us from Abaranje. Hello, Peter Sifo.
Maryann.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Peter Sifo. I'm calling from Abaranje in Ikosu.
All right, go ahead.
I want to speak on the labor, that is minimum wage as it were. First of all, I want to also disagree with Father Mbaka. I'm a Catholic by denomination, but
what does that have to do with disagreeing? I mean, I can disagree with Paul Adefaras, and doesn't mean that I don't go to his church.
Okay, that's true. I believe that he was just playing to the gallery. That is that. Then for Labour,
what do you mean by he's playing to the gallery?
Yeah, he did talk about that Labour should earn what they're supposed to earn, and that the governors should be able to support them. That is, give them what they want to earn. If I was saying supporting the Labour and the minimum wage issue, I'm talking against maybe the politicians who are earning a lot. Fine. But to me, I believe to a large extent, he was, playing to the gallery.
Well, you've not been able to prove the reason why you think he was playing to the gallery. What is the playing to the gallery part? I need you to be able to establish that fact.
Probably the politicians, the governors, and then maybe the politicians should earn the same type of salary or beyond that scale.
So how does that amount to playing to the gallery?
Fine, you cannot expect a governor who had been a state governor or somebody who had even been more than that before to come to the Senate and then beyond that same scale.
What exactly are they doing in the Senate that should earn them all that money? Make it make sense.
Yeah. Can you just allow me go to my own point?
No, you just finished, and I'm asking you another question. Don't be apprehensive. Answer my question.
Well, I will answer your question if you allow me to finish. But if I'm to answer your question, that what are they doing? Yeah, they're doing much, but I'm not saying that what they are earning at the moment is too much. I mean, it's too little. There should be a cost of cost in governance. That's what I'm talking about. But let me go to the point of the Labour itself. You see, I learned that they may want to go on strike tomorrow. Yes, they may go on strike. I'm in support of that. But they should please not touch the national grid deliberately. Because you amount to treasonable felony.
Okay. All right. Usifo, I have to let you go. Thank you very much for your thoughts. You've done almost 3 minutes. I'm sorry. If they want to go on strike, you're saying the people in the TCN can go on strike. I mean, that's not a strike, right? I mean, if you're saying they should go on strike, then it means that all and sundry, everything that concerns the TUC and the NLC must go on strike. All the people, because it covers everyone. But when you say they shouldn't touch power because it would be tantamount to, come on, sir, are you joking? Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Sorry about that. Do call me back if that was you. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm Mercy calling from Agoraj Barigbe.
Hi, Mercy. How was your weekend?
My weekend yesterday was awesome because yesterday my children, they are doing their 14 years.
Oh, yes, you did say so. Yes.
And that yesterday morning, my own beloved brother wife gave birth to baby girl for me.
Oh, congratulations.
Blessing yesterday for me.
Oh.
You know, it's only me.
Well, great.
Everything around for yesterday. I was
Great.
happy, enjoying everything. Thank God for God give us the grace.
Yes, so.
You know, for the successful of my wife. About the topic, my dear sister, God bless you. If I may ask, those people in the another art rock, what will be their work? How many of them, they are sitting in that seat? We are watching them in television. They are empty. They are, where they are sitting down was empty. You know, look at the labor. People, they are working. Me and one of Mopo, we are just speaking right now where I just sit down walking around. You know, they are suffer. People, they are uniform, they are suffer. What are these people? They are waiting, then they do. What will be their work?
Well, they have a job. They make laws. Upon
the kind of the money they are receiving, they cannot pay the labor people. You understand? Mary, I can't not just understand this country. And our country is not a place that you will work 2 times in a day for one place, another place. You know, this suffer is too much. This labor, I beg, make them off everything. As for me, I may get the power of everything, Maryann, because we are somebody that, like say, we just inside bondage in this country. You know, right now you cannot see nothing. What in our government they are doing? What in our government they are doing?
Okay. All right, Mercy, I have to let you go because of time. All right, everybody needs to keep to time. I did say that. The only reason why I would leave you to have more time is if I interject while you're talking. Hello. Turn off your radio, please.
Yeah. Hello, Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Okay, my name is Christopher. I am calling from Apapa.
Go ahead.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not really happy about this, our present government. I'm a security guard. I'm a security officer. I earn less than 40,000 naira.
Wow.
With 2 kids. And my main
Can I ask you a favor? I'm so sorry. Can you stay on the line because I might be going for a break in a few seconds?
No problem,
yes, just stay with us, okay? Let's go on that break. When we come back, I want to hear your story.
Wow. I'm so ashamed. No one wants to be my friend.
I think I'm anxious and depressed. I don't think this life is worth living at all. I don't think so.
I'm tired. Something is wrong. I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Sometimes we feel all these negative emotions and think we're going to be fine. But no, emotions won't go away unresolved. You deserve to be happy, but you must do something about it. Visit your wellness clinic today for 24/7 access to therapists on your terms. Remember, you are not alone, and the path to wellness is worth exploring. Your wellness clinic. Recover, regain, relieve, because your well-being matters.
Are you finding it difficult listening to your favorite talk radio Nigeria info via the mobile app? Come closer. Let me fix that for you. Now launch the app on your device. Click the 3 lines on the top left corner of the app. Look for settings in the drop-down menu and click on it. Turn on the first option that you see. Make sure you turn on the option that says always use highest quality available audio. Now that you have done that, close the app and relaunch it. Voila! I did it! Oh, sorry, you did it. Now you can enjoy your radio anywhere, anytime. Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. This is Hard Facts.
This is still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. I still had a caller on the line. Thank you for staying with us. You were telling me that you're a security operative and you earn less than 40,000.
Yes, let me say I earn 36,000.
What?
Yeah.
What are you buying with that money now?
My dear, this is the thing I'm complaining about, because now we are not talking about the minimum wage to go up or to go down. But what I'm trying to say is that, we are suffering. I'm not talking about myself. We are suffering. As in, if you talk about, I want the government to do something. One.
What do you want them to do, especially because of how much you earn?
Yeah, look at things are going up. Maryann, things are going up. I can't even buy a pint of gari. I buy half pint, and when you go home and when I go home, give it to my wife. Before one day, everything's finished.
It has finished now. Yes, you can eat it all in one sitting.
I cannot even be bold to buy a yam, just one tuber of yam.
Okay. Even me, I can't buy it. Forget about it.
So, honestly, it's just even now. My mother was telling me the other day that they cannot go to farm because most of the so-called Fulanis, I don't know, they do pursue them, rape them. Most of them don't go to farm again. Honestly, Madam, I am tired. Honestly, I am tired. Honestly, it's just making me feel sick. Honestly,
I know the feeling. I'm so sorry.
I cannot be here seeing my kids go down. No. It's not as maybe I cannot do other job, but I even manage it. I'm managing this my job I'm doing, and I'm proud of it. But it's just that the money is low. You cannot go anywhere. Look at NEPA bills. They will still bring out NEPA bills.
I'm so sorry. I'm doing the math in my head. I'm sorry. Wait. I'm so sorry that I'm putting your life on blast, but do you live where you work? Because I'm thinking about your transportation and your feeding.
Let me be frank with you. I stay at Satellite Town, but I work at Papa.
Wow.
Yes, I know how much I pay. When I used to pay 1,700 coming to work.
How much is? I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. I can't. I'm just so sorry. I'm so sorry.
5 days ago, my nose was bleeding. I never knew that my nose was bleeding. Somebody was telling me, Chris, your nose is bleeding. I said, I never knew. I was like,
did you get it checked though?
Yes, I have to go to a clinic and they say that, what am I thinking? I say, bros, this is to think. To think.
That's how stressed you are, Chris. I'm so sorry. Just keep the faith. I don't really know what I can tell you that'll make you feel better because, bro, we're all in it together. But thank you very much for calling. Now, wow. Hey, hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Joyce. I'm calling.
Joyce, turn off your radio, please.
Reduce the radio. Hello.
Joyce, can they turn off the radio or should I go to another person?
Yes, sorry, please. Okay, I run a small business, and I think nobody's talking about the main issue here. So it's not just about increasing the cost of people's salaries, but the small business, are they even supposed to even pay this minimum wage? Have they thought of how to even make it, to make the environment, make it easy for people to be able to run businesses small businesses cater for up to 80% of businesses in Nigeria. Nobody's saying that. Everybody's the labor, they are there fighting for themselves. They are fighting for something.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Joyce. I'm so sorry to come in. I hate it when people say that labor is fighting for themselves, and we quickly forget that labor has continuously. No, hold on, Joyce. Hold on. I'm not. Sorry. Hold on. I'm not. I'm just trying to. Let me make that point so you can talk. Hold on, Joyce. Just hold on so that you can understand me. Labour has for so many months since last year protested the cost of living. They've talked about the hike in electricity prices. They've talked about almost everything that you are about to talk about. But then we forget about it. It's because nobody answered them. So they're saying, well, if we must live in these conditions, then you must increase our salary. That's why we're where we are right now. But let's not forget the fact that they've talked about it.
Nobody's saying how are the small business who cater to up to 80% of the GDP? How are they supposed to pay these people? How many small businesses can pay 100 and something? How many small businesses? You talked about NEPA now, that they can shut NEPA. It is not done in any part in other parts of the world. You don't shut businesses like NEPA. You don't shut NEPA. You don't shut healthcare. And that was what happened. The 2 days that they shut NEPA down, do you know what happened to a lot of hospitals? Do you know what happened to a lot of small businesses?
Even when there was light, how many of these hospitals had light? Come on, guys, let's be realistic.
No, when there was light. Now imagine when there was no light. Imagine, it's because we live in a place where we don't have access to a lot of statistics. If you know people that suffer, a lot of these people you see that sell on the road, they live on daily wage. People could not get to their work. So I'm not saying fine, maybe someone might, and you might disagree with me, but you know what? They should fight for the real thing first. So now shutting down, they should not shut down NEPA. I don't agree, and a lot of people do not agree with them. They shouldn't shut down NEPA. They shouldn't shut down healthcare. They shouldn't shut down key business. Some people could not write WAEC. Do you know what that is costing to a lot of our youth? How many people are already sitting now at home? So when they are doing this, they should do it. They should go and.
It's incredible how everyone's just blaming Labour for everything, but you don't blame the government. Labour is taking the blame for everything.
Small part of it, and they are the ones even getting. The cost of governance is even too much. They are the ones getting all the money. A lot of them go to work by 12 o'clock. A lot of them go to work 2 times a week. I'm just saying the truth here.
Okay. So what do you think? So Labour should not go on strike. Okay, so what should hold on, Joyce. I know that you're pained because of whatever it is that you're going through. I used to be a civil servant at some point in my life. So when you say that we don't know what we're talking about or we don't have statistics, I also take that to be a bit snide. But what I'm saying is, what do you want Labour to do now? Not go on strike? The government should continue to buy cars for themselves, and then the cost of living should continue to go high. Okay, now that the cost of living is high, how much can you pay your people that they can take home? For example, the guy who just called and said he earns 35K. How is he supposed to feed his family?
Now, those kind of businesses, they have to be enabled so that they can pay their people well.
By whom? Who's going to enable it?
Whether we like it or not, these businesses that form about 80% of the population cannot pay people that money. It is the truth, and we are not yet ready for that conversation. So if you are going to be increasing for some,
so why are the small businesses not taking on the federal and state governments? Why wait for Labour to fight your battles? And when Labour is fighting it, you start saying Labour is fighting for themselves. I don't understand what you guys want.
Fighting in their way, but you know what? When Labour is fighting a battle that is also affecting other people, that is also affecting other people. We are all Labour. We understand that we are all Labour.
Exactly.
But when Labour is fighting this battle and is affecting other people,
why are small businesses not taking on the state governments?
No, I don't agree with them. They shouldn't shut down key sectors of not just the government, or key sectors that affect us as human beings. They should not shut down.
Okay.
It's already had enough.
All right. All right, Joyce. Thank you very much. I totally understand. Everybody has the pain that they're feeling, but I really want to understand. Maybe I'm crazy, or maybe I don't understand what's going on around me. Maybe I don't know. But when you say that, they should fight the real fight, but Labour is fighting for their people, and then of course by extension for you. But no, all of a sudden they're fighting for themselves. Okay, you own small businesses, you that are complaining about the fact that there's no enabling environment, there's this and that. Why are you not taking on, because you're supposed to be an association? Let me tell you something. In the United Kingdom, do you know what powers the economy? Small businesses. And they're as powerful can be. So why are the small businesses in Nigeria not taking on the government at the levels of states? But then you wait for labor. And then when labor is not going in the direction that you want, you now say they are being selfish. They're doing it. What are you doing? Because you wait for a savior. And when that savior is doing what he or she is supposed to do in the interest of their own constituents, you get angry. What do you guys want, really? And I'm not holding brief for labor. I've got my own biases. But I'm just saying, in this case, why do we have to wait for labor to fight for us? Because you see, the truth is, labor and TUC are organizations, and they have whatever it is that their concerns are and where their interests lie. Their interests, they're not your local government councillor. They're not your local government chairman. They're not your state governors. So what do you want, guys? Really? Let's have it out. What do you want? Anyway, the phone lines are still open. I'm going to come to social media. We're live. Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. If you want to join the conversation on if you are listening on our live app and you're listening also on our website, you can join us from outside of the country. Call us via Skype, Nigeria Info FM. I'll take one quick call and then go to social media. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Chris from Ikeja.
Go ahead.
Yeah. In as much as I disagree with the demands of labor, but I disagree with what your last caller is saying. Let labor take over everything. If they want to protest and they are demanding for the right thing, that let our borders be opened, let them cut the cost of governance and every other thing to be reduced, so that the inflation will come down. Everybody will see what to buy in the market. So I disagree with what she's saying. If they want to go for the strike and demand for the right thing, let everything be brought down.
Well, she's claiming that if labor is asking for that much money, they can pay it.
She that is at home will come out by force. If she does not feel like to watch TV, she does not feel like to do anything, she will come out by force to protest. Everybody will come out. That's when everybody will come out. But when all this is not take over from all these things, nobody will come out.
Yeah, but you see, as much as people are also supporting labor, they're saying the amount of money that labor is asking for, if government even agrees to it, how many businesses can pay minimum wage of 100 and something K and then pay it across the board? It means that you're going to have to shed some weight. And then that means that one person might have to do 10 persons' jobs. Some of them are saying our businesses might shut down. Like the lady, she's saying, look, the hospitals can't be shut down. But I don't think hospitals were shut down. It's just that some staff, essential services will always be there. It's just that it will be, I think it will be staggered. It won't be as serious as it was. I mean, people walk out in the NHS all the time. Medical workers, nurses, they walk out all the time. But then there'll be like a handful of people there just, helping the wheels to turn. So when you say it's not done anywhere, it is done. It's just that the major issue that Nigerians have is that we want this, but on the other hand, we still need the comforts. But then maybe we're still okay with how bad things are. Maybe when it becomes worse and then we can't breathe, maybe we begin to reconsider some things. But okay, let's take labor out of it. Let's say labor is fighting for labor. What about we, the other laborers, those of us that are not in the NLC and the TUC and Ratao? What about us? Why are we not engaging? The owners of the Small Businesses Association of Nigeria, whatever. Why are you not engaging the politicians? Why wait for labor? Why not push for your own things, for the enabling environment that we're all pushing for? Why? I think I know the answer. Because everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Am I right? Anyway, someone's calling us on Skype. Let's take that Skype call quickly. Hello.
Hello?
Yes. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Sugar Daddy calling from Ontario, Canada. How are you doing, Maryann?
I'm good. Go ahead.
I think the lady that just called now needs a little bit of sensitization, in the sense that she should put it in mind that at the end of the day, Labour would have to do what it has to do in order to get the government's attention. But I think also Labour should also prioritize what the areas that they would need to hit in order to get government's attention, and not, despite the fact that it might also have collateral damage on the masses, but they should focus on the one that would affect the government most and not the people. For example, like what they did in the what's it called? The protests in 2021, I think. The NSAS where they blocked the road. I think the only area I think they shouldn't allow to go on strike should be the healthcare sector, and primarily it's because everybody knows that the government officials, they don't use the general hospitals, and that is where mostly the masses use. But in terms of maybe power, blocking the road, and other areas that they feel or they deem it necessary that it would affect the government, or the government would notice their presence, I think they should go ahead with it. Okay. And the only reason why people are currently saying things like this is because they realize that, okay, the labor is already has been acting like they've been compromising in the past. I think the last time that the labor union was this strong or really strong was during the Oshomole era, and post that, it's been up and down, and it's a situation whereby they protest when they get something. It feels like or looks like, okay, they get something that they want, that the masses
10 seconds sugar daddy
wouldn't get. The way behind. I think they should focus on the protests and gain the trust of the masses back. They're actually doing the right thing, but like I said, focus your attention on areas that will affect governments the most. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much for calling. Let me go to WhatsApp and read some of the messages that are coming in because I always like to spread the love. And then I'll go to Facebook Live and our YouTube Live. Now, if you're watching us on Facebook and on YouTube, post your comments. I'd like to hear from you on this particular issue. Yes. I want to know what your thoughts and your comments are. But let me start with WhatsApp. Someone here says, even Benue, I thought the governor being a reverend father will be different. Chai, let's excuse Delta Kano and maybe Niger State because they're regarded as rich. But Ebonyi, Osun, Kogi and Kebbi, especially Kogi, it's like they swear for that state. They buy cars and can't pay wages. Something is wrong with us in Africa. Olushogajai, thank you for your message. This one says, hello, this is Peter. I have a great suggestion for the NLC and the minimum wage. They should accept it and then go on indefinite strike and renegotiate maximum wage salaries for all politicians to be at par with university professors. That's the strike that will make a huge sense and hit them politicians where it hurts the most. This one says, good afternoon, Maryann. Until we start asking fundamental questions, why is it that once someone enters into government, they become richer than they were? A nation where its politicians make more money than entrepreneurs will definitely produce poverty. Louis from Ojo, absolutely. This one says, this government is pushing Nigerians to a revolution and it will happen sooner than later. This one says, Labour should please follow the path of democracy and constitutionality. That's a tongue twister. 2 out of 3 tripartite committee members is a majority. You cannot force your employer to pay wages beyond its declared capabilities and capacity. Even if you think otherwise, you either take it or you resign as an employee. There is no law that says Labour must dictate the final minimum wage. Any further strike should be treated as economic sabotage or treason. Well, I'm sure that you obviously are in support of the government or whatever. But then if the government is telling me on the one hand that they don't have money, but they're buying luxury cars for politicians who are just there for a few years, and then civil servants have to spend 30 to 35 years on the job taking crappy money, sir, I put it to you that you didn't just make sense. Thank you. This one says, now listen to Father Mbaka and juxtapose it with what Daddy Gio will always say, that prayer for Nigerian leaders. Since APC took over, it's all about pray for Nigeria. That particular pastor, whatever that means. You didn't make sense to me, sir. Moving on. This one says, I completely agree with Reverend Father Mbaka. I think Labour's next discussion with the government should be to agree 62k if government officials will earn the same that they earn. Okay. I agree with Mbaka. Labour shouldn't be fighting for increment, but for senators to start receiving minimum wage. That will help them make better laws and better lives. Ajiri from Bariga. But it will be easier for my chicken to go through the needle's eye than this happening. Oh yes, this is Nigeria. This one said, this is ridiculous and devastating. This administration is tingling on our intelligence. The high rate of paucity is nothing to write home about. They're busy buying SUVs and for the lawmakers while feeding happy about Nigeria's lamentations. Are they really happy? I don't know. Dominic here in Lagos says, God bless Father Mbaka. He spoke my mind. Why are the political class who are supposed to serve us collecting millions monthly while poor masses are paid 62,000? We all are citizens of Nigeria. Why should they collect more than other Nigerians? Big question. Yomi here says, as regards modular refineries, this was the idea of the former Vice President Yemi Osinbajo when President Buhari was out of the country on sick leave. However, these people know that modular refineries will solve the problem on pump price, but the market is so sweet they're not ready to do anything. I have been told that pump price will come down to 300 naira since March, but from a private source. But till now, they keep deceiving us. I don't know again. No. This one says, thank God the security personnel called. The masses are fighting to make Nigeria better, but the oppressors will send to kill them. For Nigeria to be better, all hands must be on deck, including security personnel. Okay. This one says, I'm a day from Surulere. I fully agree with Father Mbaka. All governors, senators, House of Representatives, Houses of Assembly should get minimum wage as well. If they truly are serious about getting the country out of the terrible mess generally, they should also scrap all the ridiculous allowances. Everything should be across the board from the presidency. We must fully back Labour's movement not to relent. The governors should be able to pay nothing less than 250k. If they can cut all the ridiculous excesses, enough is enough. We must be able to face these people holding the country to ransom. Nigeria belongs to everyone and not a selected few. Well, I've got 6 minutes on the clock. I'm going to run through some of your messages again, and then I will go to the phone lines. But let me take a few more messages. This one says, Trust you had a great weekend. Yes, I did. Until a few of us stop defining the rest of us, we will continually go around in circles. How can some people hold brief for this unapologetic government who has no empathy towards its citizens? How? If the NLC and TUC doesn't fight for you, why not pick up a placard and stage a protest on what suits you? A total shutdown is what will get the government's attention, period. Mrs. Oboli sent us that one. This one says, the political class or elites are taking us for a ride and abusing our sensibility. Can you imagine how much they are spending on their expensive and lavish spending with our national treasure? With a national treasure that a common man cannot afford, 1 square meal a day. I say, Maryann, since morning I have not eaten anything with my 3 daughters since morning. The gari we're drinking with sugar has finished today. I don't know what the kids are going to even eat this evening. While lawmakers are tearing new expensive jeeps, Nigeria is bleeding. Salisu. Hello. Someone here says that I'm very biased and my bias is affecting my job. I need to shut up. Ibukunle, back at you. This one says, Maryann, that security guard should send me his account number. Let me see something. Okay, you want to send him something? Well, I don't have his number, so if he could send me a WhatsApp message, I could send it to you. So Chris, the security guard, if you could get back to me with your contact. If you can call back at any point on the conversation today, I would be glad to get this gentleman across to you. All right, someone says greed is our problem. Once we are okay, the rest should die, Abby, just like the woman. We need strike now. Leave her now. She's speaking from her own perspective. You don't know where it pinches her. We all have to have diverse opinions, but then of course this is hard facts. So you bring your facts, I bring my facts, we jam together. No, don't attack her. All right, 3 minutes on the clock. Let me go to Facebook Live quickly. Show here says, the Nigeria Labour Congress should not succumb to blackmail and pressure from this government. The authorities claim they cannot afford to pay the minimum wage, yet they showed no concern for our survival when they increased the price of petrol. Life is tough for many people. We Nigerians must support the Nigeria Labour Congress. Shew on Facebook Live. Shew Olota here says, blaming the NLC is a heartbreaking response. Labour has been there for long, although crippled with intimidation. Nigerians are like that. Someone took DSTV to court and got a judgment, yet some Nigerians are blaming government. Some other times the government will be blamed for acting when businesses take the people for a ride. What do Nigerians really want? We shouldn't cripple the NLC further with baseless criticisms, he says. Raphael Ifueze here says, I'm tired of your defense of the government and Labour. Allow people to air their opinion on Labour and government so that so those who are talked could earn. Okay. Thank you very much, Raphael. So you think I'm supporting the government and Labour at the same time? That's interesting. I love it. So it means that I'm not supporting anyone. I'm just making a case. Government and Labour are not here to defend themselves, so I have to play the devil's advocate. But why do I have to explain myself to you, Raphael? Because you're not a journalist, are you? All right, I can take a few more calls. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Ugo Chukwu. I'm calling from Ikotu.
Go ahead.
Yeah, for the first time in history for Madam Baka, I totally support and agree what he said. But you know that would be a difficult call to implement, because they are the same people that are going to rewrite the payroll. So, but if it's something that they can allow for constitutional conference where everybody will come and talk about how the constitution of the country should be, if you want to be one, then that would be a good one. And for the Labour.
Sorry, all the ones that we have had, where are the resolutions? All the constitutional conferences, the last one that we had under Jonathan, the one the APC had under Buhari, where are they?
Those ones we are handpicked. And you know that the government that have picked them carried the book and went home. So, but if this one is duly constituted and each local government, each word is evenly represented, what a constitutional conference is supposed to be, that is the voice of the people, and that should form the basis of the constitution of a country. All these things we are doing, we are just running around the circle, you know. So for the Labour, I pity them, because the moment they relax the strike according to their English term, I know that is over. When if somebody was not definite, I will pay above 60,000. It's just an inconclusive statement. I remember in 1991, during the time of Franco Kori, when he was the executive secretary of NUPENG and Pengassin, when they embarked on a strike, the strike lasted more than 6 months. They hold IDP to ransom. That is the type of strike I have wanted this Labour to embark upon until a positive result is gotten.
All right.
I don't know. Government, they are increasing taxes, they're increasing everything, but they don't want to increase the minimum wage. How can somebody be collecting hardship allowance for crying out loud, and you're asking another person to buckle his belt and just endure for the month?
I have to go on a break.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. I'm going to go on a quick break. When we come back from that break, I'm sure I can take a few more messages and maybe a call. It's still Hard Facts, the big weekend, 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Maryann Okon. Stay with us.
There's a reason why over 1 million people tune into Hard Facts every day. We discuss in-depth stories with sources behind the facts.
The Lagos State High Court has convicted, suspended the Chicago certificate story. It's never going away, is it? Show with stories for the day.
You hear diverse voices and opinions.
And she was meeting campaign with her husband, knowing that. You should not put happy, because there is nothing to happy about.
Yeah, it's quite pathetic the way the country is going.
We distinguish each story accurately with analysis.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.